This is Bimble. He lives in Stiltsville. Everyone here helps to produce wool. Wool blended with fairy tales, which is sent out to every corner of the world. One day, Bimble acquires a bucket, a magic bucket, which will give him anything he wishes for. This is the guardian of the bucket, Teeny Weeny. Soon others are after it. Dolly Clackhanger for one. Dolly would dearly love to be the village witch, but she's been thrown out of the village because of the noise and mess caused by her experiments. The small one is her assistant, Sploot. Queen Cack, the lazy, greedy ruler of the country, also wishes to possess the bucket and sends her servants, Bilge and Oiler, to steal it. But then everything blows up. Stiltsville is left hanging in the air and Sleaze City slides into the crater beneath. Since Bimble and Teeny Weeny blocked up the pipe leading out of Sleaze City and Dolly, Sploot, Bilge and Oiler have been unable to return to Chateau Clackhanger, Bilge and Oiler have been without their precious pogo sticks.
It's no good. It's not the same as your own, is it?
What?
Your own pogo stick. What knows you and, moulds itself to you.
You're lucky to have, mate, what'll lend you their spare pogo sticks you are. You ought to be grateful. Morning, Mudge.
Morning, Mudge.
Good morning, Bilge. Good morning, Oiler. Since you're obviously not busy, I think it might be...
Busy? Not busy? Of course we're busy. We're exercising our pogo sticks.
Well, when you finish doing that, perhaps you'd like to come and help rebuild the tower.
What tower?
The tower up which we shall be hauling Her Majesty to get her out of here, of course.
Oh, that tower.
Yes. Her Majesty is becoming impatient for it to be finished. And since the work is in no way intellectually challenging, I see no reason why you two should not lend some assistance.
We'll think about it.
Please do.
Oh, I'm for breakfast, mate.
Yeah, all this exercise make you hungry, doesn't it?
Hello.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, I got magicked. Dolly magicked me.
What?
She made me go from there to here by magic. Oh, I think she's ever so clever. She even...
Sploot!
Yes, Dolly, I'm here.
Have you got all of your Sploot? Nothing missing? All your arms and legs and things?
Yes, I think so, Dolly. Thanks very much.
Oh, good, good. Wouldn't do to transport Her Majesty out of the crater and leave her feet behind or something, would it?
I didn't know that.
Now, come with me. I must demonstrate this to Her Majesty at once. She's going to be so impressed.
What are you doing?
Cleaning the floor, Your Majesty.
You're beginning to irritate me. Get out, all of you! Oh, Miss Clackhanger, you have some good news for me, perhaps?
Indeed I have, Your Majesty, indeed I have. And if Your Majesty would graciously allow it, I should like to give you a little demonstration, if I may.
Of what, Miss Clackhanger?
The means by which I shall be, within the hour, transporting Your Majesty out of Sleaze City and onto the rim of the crater.
I see. Pray proceed.
Thank you, Your Majesty, you're very kind. I shall now move Sploot here, from here to there. Jim empigarut nutau, stidaut no bedepodia.
Most impressive, Miss Clackhanger.
Oh, Your Majesty, how very generous of you to say so. It was nothing, really.
You will be transporting me immediately, then, Miss Clackhanger, will you not?
Oh, yes, yes, of course, Your Majesty, but I think perhaps it might work better if you was to be out in the open.
Very well. Proceed with the arrangements.
It will be a pleasure,
There's really no call to speak to me like that, Miss Clackhanger. You can hardly hold me responsible for a slippery floor. The cleaners have obviously not...
Marge!
Yes, Your Majesty?
Get out!
Dear, oh dear, Your Majesty, you just can't get the...
I take it you are able to reproduce this spell, Miss Clackhanger.
I shall do my very best to do so, Your Majesty, my very best. I shall work day and night to...
Then go and do it.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Morning, Teeny Weeny.
Morning, Bimble.
Do you mind if we don't go directly to check on Chateau Clackhanger this morning?
Why not?
Because they're shearing the sheep today, and my dad's invented a new method, and I want to see how they're getting on.
All right. Sounds quite interesting.
It's called automatic or something.
Empty bottles, dried up bits of goodness knows what. Oh, this laboratory is a disgrace. Have you found anything, Sploot?
No, Dolly, sorry. I think you used up everything in your spells.
Well, keep looking. I wouldn't want to have to tell Her Majesty that I can't do my transporting spell because I've run out of ingredients.
We've got him, like you said, Doll.
Oh, Mudge!
What is the meaning of this outrage, Miss Clackhanger? These two hooligans...
I've run out of ingredients, Mudge, and since this was your laboratory...
Was, Miss Clackhanger. Was. The state it's in now, I'd be ashamed to be associated with it. Once, everything was in alphabetical order, so if you cannot find something, then we have not got it. And, if you ask me, Her Majesty would be better advised to rely on my building skills to get her out of here than on your so-called magical powers. Good day.
He's not very respectful to you, Dolly, is he? I mean...
Shall me and Oiler go after him, Doll?
No, leave him and help me look in these cupboards.
Can you see all right?
Yes, thanks.
I do hope Dad's new method works. It took him ages to invent it.
This way. That's right. Come on. This way. Lovely.
This way, please.
Seems to be going all right.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
But we really must get up to Chateau Clackhanger. I mean, I'd love to stay and watch the sheep and everything, but...
Sorry. Come on, then.
Well, at least I have the ingredients for a simple flying spell.
And it looks very nice, Dolly. Very...
Ow! Be quiet. I'm about to chant. Nuti trophy, versis nebis tai, unteriaut, neriaur michiam. Lovely, lovely.
They look like horrible big birds.
Vultures.
Right. Off you go, you two. Up to Chateau Clackhanger. Here's the list. You'll find everything in my laboratory.
What? Fly up on them things?
Well, of course. Now, come along. Come along.
I'm not sure
And if you can get the bucket as well, so much the better.
Bye! Have a nice time!
Still no one around. I don't think we need to bother to come here so often. Do you?
Yes, I do, Bimble. They'll be spending their whole time plotting and planning how to get back up here. We must never relax our guard. That's what Mrs. Gallipot said, remember?
Yes, I suppose. Ooh! Look! It's Cat! Hello, Cat. What are you doing here?
He gets bored. Mr. and Mrs. Gallipot are often in the fairy tale rooms for days at a time, so he comes visiting.
And exploring. What's that?
Quick! Hide the bucket!
Cat! Where's Cat? Cat! Cat!
Bimble, they're getting nearer! Hide the bucket!
But Cat!
Hide the bucket!
I hope Cat'll be all right.
Of course he will. He's quite able to look after himself, I should think.
Right. Got the list?
Somewhere.
Come on, then.
Well, we got everything on the list. That should keep her quiet for a bit. Hey, look, Euler. A pussy cat.
Yeah, lovely.
It likes me. See? You can tell. It likes me.
Very touching. Very... I know. Why don't we take it back for Dolly?
What for?
Well, she's always on about how proper witches have broomsticks and cats and things, so we'll take her a cat. Then she'll forget to notice that we didn't get the bucket. Brilliant, eh?
Brilliant.
What's the matter with the things?
I think we got too much gear. We're too heavy for them.
Well, we can't leave anything.
Why don't we just step over the edge and float down?
Well, I don't know.
It's either that, or go and try and steal the bucket and wish for a rope ladder.
We'll try the floating.
Catnapped! Mr. and Mrs. Gallipot are going to be really, really cross.
Then we'd better think of a plan to rescue him, hadn't we?
I'm not too sure about this, you know.
It's a bit of a long way down when you come to look at it.
Ah! They're working! They're working!
Oh dear. Poor old cat. I hope he's all right. I can't imagine that there'd be many cat lovers in Slee City, can you?
We must obviously rescue him as soon as possible. Trouble is, the only thing I can think of is a bit risky. Never mind. Take me outside, please, Bimble.
Where,
Come on, hurry up!
Of all the pea-brain, bungling, inefficient, useless...
It wasn't our fault, Doll.
Of course it was your fault. And you've scattered my spell ingredients all over Slee City.
It was the umbrellas, Doll. They just sort of fell down.
We could have hurt ourselves, you know. We're covered in bruises as it is. Look at
I
my...
don't care if you've broken every bone in your body. I want all those ingredients found and brought to me and... What's that?
It's a witch's cat. We brung it as a present for you.
Witches' cats are black.
Well, paint it then.
Don't be ridiculous. I suppose I might try the odd spell or two out on it later. See if I can make it change colour. Why are you still here? Get out and see if you can find anything that landed safely.
Yes,
Dolly.
Right.
I wish for a balloon. But they'll see us in this.
No, they won't. I've got a plan. Come on, get in.
If you say so. was fantastic!
Well, there's no point in having a magic bucket if you don't use it, is there? Let's just hope that no one saw us.
Here's another one, Doll. Not even cracked.
And this?
Good, good. There might even be enough here to make the spell with. I'll go and have a try. You two keep on looking.
Oh, hello. There's a pretty puss. Look, Dolly. Have you seen this nice...
Go away, Sploot. I need to concentrate.
But, Dolly, have you seen...
I said go away!
Yes, Dolly.
If those joints are not properly constructed as laid down in the carpentry regulations, a copy of which I know you have all received, I shall be extremely displeased. Extremely displeased.
I can't see no more. I reckon we picked them all up, don't you?
Hello. Oh, hello. Dolly'll be ever so pleased to see you. She's been looking for your bucket for ages. Hello. Guess who this is? I just found him. Go on, guess.
What are you on about?
Oh.
Bimble, you're supposed to be rescuing Cat.
Well, I couldn't, could I? There was other people coming. What did you want me to do? Bash him over the head with the bucket and run away with the cat?
No, but...
They have to come this way back into the city, don't they? So, we'll hide and watch where they go.
Quick, in there! Oh, brilliant!
Put that ridiculous animal back in its cage, Sploot. I want you for a test.
But, Dolly, I don't think it likes it all that.
In the cage, Sploot.
Yes, Dolly.
Easy poem or sea tockle.
Oh, well done, Doll.
Good as before, that was, Dolly.
Of course it was. There is such a thing as natural magical talent, and I have it.
You certainly are.
I shall now go and inform Her Majesty of my success.
We'll come with you, shall we, Doll?
If you must. This can stay here, in case Mudge is still crashing about. I hope he's arranged for the throne to be moved outside.
She's going to transport Queen Cat with that spell she just did.
What shall we do?
I don't know.
Why don't we tip anything we can find into the bottle, and it might stop the spell working or something?
Good idea.
And we mustn't forget Cat. Come on, you. Back into the bucket. It's home time.
Be careful with Her Majesty. Be careful. Don't jolt her. She must not be jolted.
I hope we're nearly there, Mudge, because I do not care for all this ricocheting around the countryside. It's most unsettling.
Well, Miss Clackhanger would insist, Your Majesty, although I would have advised against it myself. But I do believe we are almost at the appointed place.
Good.
Oh, Your Majesty, how lovely!
Is all this rushing about in the open air really necessary, Miss Clackhanger?
I'm so sorry you've been put to all this inconvenience, Your Majesty. I realise what a great trial it must have been for you, you being so sensitive and all. But we don't want anything to go wrong now, do we?
I wish for a balloon.
We'll have you out of here in a jiffy and you won't feel a thing.
Please get a move on, Miss Clackhanger.
Oh, yes, of course, Your Majesty. I'll just do the chanting then, shall I?
Yes.
Very well. Get no natim to wiki dev for
Popped her onto the top of Mudge's tower then, instead of onto solid ground.
Fell a bit short, like.
Good try, though.
Oh, look, everyone! Look! A balloon! Isn't it pretty? Oh, it's gone.
His head was covered ear to ear. In a pail he somehow stuck it, and his plea was clear to me. Free me from this bucket. I could not foresee what fate had planned for me. How could I tell a wishing well is what this pail would be? So I stepped up to show my stuff, pushed and pulled and